In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at a different style of a knife we've already looked at before, the Demko Freereign. We looked at the drop point. Today we're going to look at the Demko Freereign Tanto, because I really like me some Tanto blades. We'll put this thing through our standardized scientific testing process coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. As I said today, that something sharp is this Demko Freereign with the Tanto blade. I used to really prefer standard, more traditional blades, but I got to be honest with you, I've really become a huge fan of the Tanto style blade. There's not much you can do with a regular blade that you can't do with this, and there's some things you can do with this you can't really do with a regular blade, and it's got some, in my opinion, some really big benefits. So that being said, we're going to take a closer look at this in just a minute, but first, as usual, today's words of wisdom from the Bible. Today's wisdom is from Proverbs chapter 11, verse 17 in the New Living Translation. Your kindness will reward you, but your cruelty will destroy you. So don't be cruel, as Elvis said. And as always, a big thank you to my friends at XS Sights for being a channel sponsor and for sponsoring today's video. XS Sights are the only sights that I trust on any pistol I'm going to carry to defend myself or my family. They are 100% made in the USA, right there in Texas. They're really good stuff. They're steel sights. They have several different versions. I prefer the DXT2 big dots, but you may have a different preference. All their sights are excellent, and they're all, again, made in the USA. If you go to survivalonpurpose.com/sponsors, there might be a little coupon code on there for you. So thanks again to my friends at XS Sights for making the fastest sights in any light and for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get down to the old stump top, get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? Okay, so here's the Demko Freereign fixed blade in a Tanto blade version. And if you saw the other video, there's going to be some similarities. The main difference is just obviously the shape of the blade. But if you didn't see it, I'll just kind of quickly go over the specs to make sure that this is a complete video. So the overall length of this knife is 10 inches. It features a 5-inch blade of AUS 10A steel with a weight of 7.4 ounces. It is a full tang with exposed pommel here. Has an overmolded black rubberized handle with a nice little finger groove here. A nice finger guard here. Another little kind of a catch here, upswept thing on the bottom of the handle. I don't know what you call it. There's probably a name for that. I don't know what it is, but it kind of gives you a good grip there. The blade itself, again, is Tanto tip, and you can see it's very thick and beefy, which gives a lot of strength. Has some very nice relieved jimping here. Nothing at all that's going to hurt your finger, but gives you a little bit of grip there, and a nice sharpening choil. This one, as you can see, is made in Taiwan, the country of Taiwan, and that's the knife. And then it also has a sleeved lanyard hole here, and again, feels really good in my hand. And then the sheath is pretty special. What Demko does with these sheaths is really nice. So it's a hybrid sheath with a nylon belt loop that has both Velcro and a snap, and a retention loop up here. And but it also it snaps in very good. Anyway. And then what's really cool about the sheath is a couple things. The inner part where the blade actually goes in is a non-glass Kydex, so it doesn't have any fiberglass reinforcement in it, which to dull the blade, so it's a lot easier on your blade as it goes in and out. But the outer frame, which is removable for cleaning, is a fiberglass reinforced nylon Kydex for strength. So then you can take this thing apart. You can also strap it from tamale. You can take this off if you want to, the belt loop. A lot of things you can do with it. And again, it fits in here really well. And it has a nice little bit of a drainage at the bottom. So there's the sheath. Now, I like to maintain scientific standardization here. So one of the things I like to check on every knife out of the box is sharpness. And to do so, I generally employ the internationally standard sharpness test, recognized pretty much by knife testing experts all over the world, the redneck sharp test. So let's get our testing media out here and see how well this thing performs. Oh my gosh, look at all that horror there. I had no doubts. Every Demko knife I've tested has been razor sharp from the factory. We're going to try the Tanto part, if I can do it without cutting myself, because it takes a little more control. You know what? Let's change medium. I got more control with this hand. Oh man. And as you can see, hopefully the Tanto portion is also extremely sharp. We're going to call this one yak shaving sharp, give it an A+ for the sharpness test. The next standardized step in the standardized scientific process is I like to figure out how well a knife can help you make a fire, because I think the ability to make fire is extremely important. Any knife that you might have with you might become a survival knife at any given time, and so one of the key things, in my opinion, the key skills or key abilities in a survival situation is the ability to start a fire. So let's do that. You want to? Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you, the price on this thing is about $150, 149 something. Everywhere I found it, it's around the $150 mark. Okay, so I've got a chunk of wood here, which may or may not be rotted on the inside. We're gonna see how well this thing will baton. If I can maybe get this a 5-inch blade, so it's not really huge. Let's see if we can find some way to get it through. Maybe we'll try it this way. See how much of this thing we can split off as she sits, because it ought to split really good, because it's pretty thick. It's almost probably 3/16 of an inch thick. So let's just see. All right, not bad. Although the wood itself feels pretty rotten. So we'll call that the batoning portion, and we'll call this the carving portion. How about that? Let's see what we can do with some curls here. You know, for a pretty decently thick blade, this thing is carving really well. Okay, so I got a little pile of curls here, and I'll show you those in a close-up in just a minute. But go ahead and, first of all, scrape some fat wood, and we'll see how well it does that, and I'll show you the results of that too in just a minute. So the spine feels pretty sharp. Let's see how sharp it actually is. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. We're gonna leave this real time. I'm not speeding this up or anything. Just want to bring you over here now and show you how nice a little bunch of fat wood I got just in that short period of time. So there's the curls we got pretty quickly. Nice little curls, pretty good. And there's the fat wood we scraped off like in just a brief period of time. And by the way, there's where we scraped it. Can you smell that? Oh man, it smells so good. Okay, back in storage. Now, I've been using this little Exotac Nano Striker XL for some knife reviews lately, just because it is a small ferro rod. So if it'll work with this, it'll work with a bigger one. And I have misplaced my larger one. It's probably in a, I don't know, it's in a box somewhere. We'll find it. I'll find it. So anyway, we're gonna combine this together here, the curls and the fat wood, because man, I love me some fat wood. And we'll see how well this thing strikes a spark on this little ferro rod. And it's a small one, but oh my goodness. But it'll work. Let's see what we got. Get the paint off of you. Let's do it this way. Look at there. Is it going to take? You have to be gentle because she's barely going. Treat it gently. But I believe that's her. Looky there. Ha ha. So, what other science do you think we should explore? Chuck Norris can hear sign language. All righty, well, to continue the scientific methodology, you know here at Survival on Purpose, well, you may not know, but if you don't, you're about to learn that we maintain a state-of-the-art cutting-edge testing facility here at our worldwide headquarters. And one of the tests we like to do on all fixed blade knives is test the aerodynamic balance using the balance, orientation, and rotation device. So I think we should do that. You want to? Whoop, 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 whoop. We sort of missed the device, but we still got her in. Let me get a little closer to you. Again. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alrighty, well, we're gonna call, as I said, this Demko Freereign Tanto balanced. And overall, this is a winner for me. And I wasn't surprised. I really like the other Freereign, the clip point, but our drop, maybe it's a drop point, I think, but I absolutely really like this Tanto version. I've become a huge fan of Tanto style blades. They're very useful. They have, typically the tip is a little stronger because the way this is made. Even though this knife has a big old beefy spine, it's almost, again, probably close to 3/16. It has like what I would call a high saber grind. They might call it a Tanto grind. I like having a little edge here for really detailed work. And you got a nice straight edge here for doing something. If you really need to use it for a little scraper, doing just all kinds of cool detailed work. But yet, it's got a very robust edge all the way down here, long edge. Super sharp straight out of the box. Again, nice comfortable handle, full tang, super strong knife. I banged it and clanged it a couple times here, no issues whatsoever. So again, 150 bucks, so it's not a super low budget knife, but it's not a crazy expensive knife. It's kind of really middle, either high, low grade, low end, or low high end. But we'll call this one a middle class blade. So that's the Demko Freereign Tanto in AUS 10A steel. We're giving this one a double thumbs up here at Survival on Purpose. So thanks to the folks at Demko for sending me this so I can show it to you. And if you look on survivalonpurpose.com/sponsors, there might be a little coupon code or something for you there. So I really sincerely appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.